Hi everyone, this is Shafiq Qureshi, the founder of the Crypto Hub here at the Future Blockchain Summit in Dubai with Mel Gelderman from Token.com.
Yes.
Mel is the CEO of Token.com, and
Pleasure,
it's a
Shafiq.
pleasure to have you here, Mel. So you just arrived in Dubai this morning, right?
Just flew in, so you're getting me straight off the plane. Yeah.
Great, welcome to Dubai,
Thank you.
And we would love to hear about Token.com. I've been hearing like it's a really great app, and I've seen some of it. But tell us about your background and how you got into this space, first of all.
Okay, I'll start there. So, in 2013, I was studying aerospace engineering. I wanted to join Elon Musk to work at SpaceX one day, and then I discovered Bitcoin. And I fell so hard in love with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, or whatever it represented, was going to change the world. It was going to change the economy. So I quit university and I traveled the world with just a Bitcoin wallet. I canceled my bank accounts, just had a Bitcoin wallet. Many years later, after starting my first crypto company called Monolith, which was the first Ethereum Visa debit card, which we founded in 2016, late 2016, we are now building Token.com. And Token.com is our answer to the mass market's problem with crypto.
Exciting. I mean, Token.com, you got the right domain name for that.
Yeah, we're moving all the chess pieces into place for a strategic strike on the industry.
Great. So what is Token.com about? I know you have a wonderful UX, UI. I've seen it. It's like next level. And from what I've understood, it is not just your usual trading app.
Yeah.
It's sort of blending social media with crypto purchase or buying and selling, trading of cryptos.
Yeah,
Could you
correct.
explain that a bit more for the sake of the audience?
Yeah. So like, Token.com is born out of the frustration that for 10 years now, crypto has barely improved. For the mass market experience of crypto has barely changed, right? So it used to be like a list of coins with data next to it. It still is today.
Exactly.
And so I've seen my 19-year-old cousin and my grandma all download Coinbase and whatever during like the bull runs, and their face when they kind of hit the home screen is like, well, what now? They don't know what any of these coins are, what all the numbers are next to it, right? So kind of with that mindset, right, the idea that it's like Coinbase are trader experiences, not for the mass. We've designed an interface that's just totally different, and it ends up looking a lot like TikTok for tokens.
So amazing.
So yeah, it becomes this feed where you go from one token to the next, like vertical scrolling, and rather than talking just about the numbers, we put the story first. So we have this concept called token cards,
Okay.
where every token is almost represented like a just starting the app now. Every
Right.
token is
So I can totally relate to that because I come from myself from a commodities trading systems background back in London, and I started my journey into the crypto space, building a crypto exchange. And I can totally relate to that, because it's just so outdated the way we are going into a new space of blockchain and decentralization, but we are still using those listed tokens and coins.
yeah.
And yeah.
So that's right. Like,
So maybe you can just we can zoom in and
we'll
show.
show some B-roll after this.
Okay, great.
But basically, like, the experience is that every token has their vision at the top. You'll have a rating for every token, like IMDb or like Rotten Tomatoes, so that you can get a sense of the quality of the token. And you can, at the bottom, you'll be able to see which of your friends hold this through like ENS or through Lens protocol. And the user just goes from one token to the next, And then when they see a token that they like, all they need to do to buy is just tap to invest like this. That's it.
Wow, that's just an amazing experience, especially for a lot of users who are not traders, who are not professional traders, because a lot of the younger generation, they're more attuned to using TikToks and social media and other social media apps. And I think, if you could blend that experience with the experience of social media with trading, I think that would be great.
Yeah.
So is that how you would summarize what the app is going to be, or is it still evolving?
It's going to be a lot more. It feels almost cliche to say, but it's true. Like, what we're ultimately building here is we're building an app for the tokenized world. So in the world that we believe in of tomorrow, where almost any business is represented through a token, we allow every individual user to find the tokens most relevant to them, most compelling to them, and invest. So we treat tokens the same way YouTube treats a video, meaning that when you watch a video on YouTube, that informs YouTube as to what to show you next. It knows that, oh, you really like Web3, or you're really into this particular topic, and so it can recommend you more things related to your interests. We do that for tokens.
So that's a much more personal experience in
it's
terms
totally
of
personalized.
And obviously, if you have your other friends and colleagues who are also on the app that you can see their activity, then it builds sort of a trusted network of buying and selling or participating in token sales.
That's completely right. Like, ultimately, I feel like what we're doing is actually super duper obvious. We think that when the world kind of sees what we've built, right, in the coming months, they're going to realize, holy shit, this is like a really good answer to how are 1 billion people actually going to use crypto one day very soon. And so we're like accelerating massively to make sure we like kind of seize the whole throne there.
Amazing. So you said your previous project was Monolith, is that correct?
Yes.
And what was that about, and what is sort of the transition from that to token.com?
Yes. So Monolith was in 2017 the first Ethereum Visa debit card,
right?
And it was the first non-custodial one as well.
Okay.
So Monolith was like coming out of my experience of trying to live off of Bitcoin with just the wallet in the real world, which is very hard back then because no one accepted Bitcoin back then. And so I always wanted a Visa debit card that you could just spend, right? But I still wanted it to be non-custodial. So we built that, and we got 35,000 users. We issued cards to people in Europe, right? Europe and the UK. And still it's processing 30 million a year, right? So it has like a significant core user base. But from building that, we realized that it was very hard to make that experience work for ordinary people. There was so much embedded complexity that we kind of almost enjoy, right? Like that we kind of like nerd out on, right? But the reality is, people out there don't care. They just want to feel safe. They just want to get to the good stuff. And to them, the good stuff is, what are all these exciting tokens? And let me just very easily invest in them. And so that's why at some point we started to plan out token.com like a mass market experience, whilst everyone else is so busy, kind of continuing to build what they've already been building.
So how long has the journey of token.com been going on for?
So we started...
And what is the roadmap?
Yeah,
what are the next steps? That's what I'd like to know, and share it with the audience.
So we started about 18 months ago now.
Okay.
So we've built this very fast. The app is today live, like I said, in Brazil, where we already have 75,000 KYC users. We're rolling it out globally, right? And there's one thing we learned from Monolith: if you have an amazing, iconic, first-in-class product, you want to be everywhere. Otherwise, you open up the space for competition.
Exactly.
So we're rolling it out to all of South America, all of Europe, all of India, Vietnam, and Indonesia this year.
So all the major markets.
All the major markets. We're integrating payment rails. But ultimately, the real next step here is that by the end of the year, we're introducing a new type of card. So we're introducing, this is called a token card because it's like the profile of the token, an opportunity for them to express themselves. We're launching a new type of card, which is a video card where the entire top half turns into video. Vertical, short video, like TikTok.
Yeah.
And this video can be uploaded technically by anyone. So by content creators, right?
So when you say a card, what is that exactly in comparison to what we have in the market right now?
Yeah, it's a card because I like Pokemon. As a kid, I loved Pokemon. And I really wanted to build like a Pokemon deck type experience where you go from one token to the next, like it was Pokemon.
Yeah.
But the idea is that Bankless or you guys, right, can upload a video of an interview like this right now, talking to a founder, right, and tag their token.
Okay.
So it could, this could tag like our future token or whatever, right? And people can directly buy on the video. And the cool thing about that is that will tell us the amount of buying activity that a video generates tells us if it's a good video or not. So let's say you're looking at Uniswap related videos. The video that got a lot of traction in the last 24 hours, maybe it's a Bankless video, that goes right to the top, right, of the Uniswap queue. So what that means is the next big update is that users get a personalized feed of not just token projects talking about themselves, but of content creators telling stories that matter to these investors.
Okay, amazing. So in terms of the specific roadmap for Token.com for the next 6 to 12 months or the next 18 months, what is the plan?
Now look, these are trade secrets, but I will say, I think I can probably get away with saying this. We are very excited by Mika.
Okay.
Funnily enough, this is the last thing I would ever imagine myself saying, that I'm excited by regulation.
Okay.
But Europe is actually doing an amazing job. And we think that what Mika's doing is going to be the foundation for the tokenizing world. So there's some stuff in the Mika regulation that we are going to implement as soon as Mika goes live by next summer. And right now we're moving all the chess pieces to do a very good strike there.
So obviously we'll have to wait for more specific details of the roadmap that you have. Yeah. And in terms of your company, where are you registered? You mentioned Mika, so I believe you're somewhere in Europe, right?
Yes. So look, the process of getting an app available globally is very complex, and this involves having multiple entities in multiple jurisdictions depending on where the app needs to be available. But we are indeed licensed in Lithuania, which is our European entity.
Okay.
Correct.
To start with.
Yeah.
And
but our team is based in the UK.
I mean, considering we're in Dubai, do you have any future plans for Dubai?
Yes, I mean, we are right next to the local government
yes, exactly.
stand.
You couldn't have a better stand than being next to the Wara here in Dubai. Yes.
Exactly. So we're going to see if we can get the app live here in Dubai as well, in the Middle East. Yeah.
And in terms of the community engagement, because ultimately, all Web3 projects focus on building communities and making sure that you can share your product with the larger audience in Web3 and cryptos. What has been the engagement so far, and what is the plan for that?
Yes. So most of our users have come from TikTok.
Okay, nice.
So we have a very different type of user base, I would say. These are young people who are excited. They know that tokens are the future, right? They see our app. It looks so different than Binance or Coinbase. They're like, this is for me. So we've had a really easy time getting massive amounts of users through social media. This is where we are today. 75,000 UK users in Brazil.
Okay, 75,000 users.
Globally, we are about to cross the 500,000 download mark, which is exciting on the Google Play Store. But yes, we're just really starting our global conquest, I guess.
That sounds like an exciting plan, and exciting times ahead for Token.com.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, what would you like to convey to your future users, and what is it that they should be looking forward to, and how should they be getting to know more about Token.com?
Well, I feel maybe all of us deep inside are all a little disappointed in our industry, right? In how much, or rather how little, our industry has still managed to change the world. I know I am, right? Why I got into Ethereum many years ago was because I thought it would totally transform our society, right? Where like all future businesses are being founded as like tokenized businesses and all this stuff. And we're just scratching the surface there. But I am so excited for the coming few years, because I think finally things are about to massively change, right? So we're in the depths of a bear market. It's terrible and scary, you know, and like a lot of us have been here before. But the next cycle will be amazing. It is coming, and we're one of the companies really trying to make it happen.
Thank you very much, Mel. It's a pleasure having you here with us. And for the users that would like to know more about token.com, it's easy. Just go to token.com, and if you want to get in touch with Mel Gelderman, then Mel@token.com. And really excited about it, and look forward to getting to know more about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us. Yes, thank you.